And welcome into Fantasy Game Time Decisions. I'm Tank Spencer. Jeremy Greene's here. We got David Smith of Armchair Commentary ready to set you for your fantasy day. Coming to you live from the Ingles Studio. And so, Army-Navy
Go
yesterday.
Army, beat Navy.
Nice. That's look what it's done to Jeremy Greene.
My life hurts. You ever have your life hurt? It happened to me. You ever wake up and go, can I just quit and not do things? No. Okay. Here we go.
Nice. I came in and said, man, it felt good not to football yesterday. And Jeremy said, I'm footballed all day.
I footballed hard.
You're supposed to do elevator, and you did football.
Correct. And I with a bunch of military guys.
Week 14 in the NFL. It is the kickoff as well of the Battle for the Belt playoffs. Everybody going to be in on the contest today to get this bad boy.
My old friend. Hello, friend. Let's just put this where she belongs.
Yeah, he is fired up for Christ today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
I came in and he said, "Have you ever set a lineup in 4 minutes?" And went, "Yep, that's it."
It either goes really well or it goes really poorly. There is no in between. I will either score $190 or I will score 90.
It is 90 miles an hour. Jeremy Greene going hard for the belt.
It is. I'm so excited. Are you coming with me today?
Yeah, I'll be there for a little bit.
Sweet. The New York Jets Jets are the network game.
Can't miss it. New York Jets, Buffalo Bills will be at the Village Porch, 51 North Merriman Avenue. Come on down and see us. It's always a fun time at the Village Porch. And yeah, I couldn't miss that. Is Dave coming?
I believe so. Yeah.
Nice.
That's the intention. Depends on how the old back feels.
We got to see the replay because the look on Chief's face the first time y'all played, priceless. It was just priceless.
Which means they're probably going to beat the bejesus out of us.
And I kind of hope they do.
Well, here's the thing. I love that game for DFS, just throwing that out there. It's going to be raining. I've already seen Mike White in the rain, and he ain't care him a little bit. I already know Josh Allen doesn't care. So, there you go.
Yeah. I have to get excited for your game because I'm not excited at all for my game. 425 today.
I don't worry about your game in the least.
I am worried. This just, I don't know. I got that feeling. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we don't get deep dick by Brock Purdy, but part of me tells me Todd Bowles' defense is going to do that.
I already told you the headline for tomorrow. That wasn't Purdy.
All right, let's start getting into the fantasy questions here because that's what you're all here
for. Before we do that, Armchair, you got a sweeping declaration today?
Playing for Dennis Allen is the prison of NFL teams.
Correct.
You mean a DFS? How do you fake an injury? You don't want to play that badly for the man. You fake an injury
and lay down, and it costs you $500,000.
$500,000 to not play the game. You could have just played the game poorly, but whatever. My sweeping declaration is there are going to be a lot of people on Detroit, Minnesota, and if you're playing in a tournament, you're gonna need a piece of it. Just be careful which piece you pick.
I am going to be as cagey as humanly possible. I will answer any question that you ask. But since I'm playing against a bunch of you, there is but one piece that I really want to keep close to the vest, so I hope you don't ask.
No, that's fine. I've already got I've got my Battle of the Belt lineup set.
We all three
I just want to, can we just harken back to a time when old Puddin' Pants over there was talking mad shit about your 2-time week winner here. It's saying, I beat an old Armchair. How'd that work out for you, 11?
I mean, I did. I consider that a win. I beat you 1 week. God damn it, I don't get many wins. Give me one. Jesus.
Yeah, and he went full Michael Jordan, and I took offense to that.
Yeah, exactly.
and I took that personally. I spent I went back to my old DFS semi-pro days where I would, really craft a lineup instead of what I do typically when I've got, a couple of bucks on the line instead of playing in the millionaire where I'm like, trying to win it. I went and craft in a lineup. So I will also not be telling you much from my lineup. Sorry, everyone in the chat.
Oh, and I'll answer your
like
questions. I'm just not going to tell you what I'm doing in DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will not give you a lineup today.
I'll give you a lineup. I'll give you a lineup that has absolutely no one in it that I'm playing.
And I'll put that in a freebie contest, and we'll see what happens with it.
I will also tell you, I am playing more weight on DraftKings today than I've played in any week all year. As a matter of fact, I think I'm playing more weight today than I've played in any month all year.
Yikes.
I like this lineup a lot.
He does. Apparently he does. All right, let's get into the questions here. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Shea Ambrose, Rashad White, or Jamal Williams, full PPR?
I am not going to be as in on Rashad White as everybody else. I feel like San Francisco's going to force Tom Brady to be the one that beats them because he has not really shown a great ability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't love Rashad White as much as everybody else does. I will go fat Jamal Williams because I think there are a lot of points there. And if the Detroit Lions get inside the 5-yard line, Dan Campbell has a play. Give it to Jamal Williams. Yep. Fuck everybody else.
Yep. To me, it's Jamal Williams, and it's not even close. I mean, Rashad White's going to be okay today, I guess. But
he's in my top 25.
I think San Francisco's path to this is just pressure the fuck out of Tom Brady.
Jeremy, what's Jamal Williams' ownership for on DraftKings projected to be? Do you know?
Oh, I would say a lot.
You would be incorrect.
Really?
He's projected at 6.4% ownership.
And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
Minnesota is good at stopping running backs between the tackles.
Sure.
I want pieces of the Lions. It's just not that piece. I mean, I'm fine with it. If you've got him in the league,
it's not a bad
you're good.
piece to have.
It's not a bad piece to have. He's expensive. In a week in a week that I'm not trying to do it. Frankly, I'm not trying to do it with either one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. But let's say we see the path. We see the path where Jamal Williams scores 2 touchdowns today.
No doubt. I see that path.
Yeah.
Leading rushing touchdown scorer in the NFL, is he not? Or does he fall behind?
Yes, he is. There's something I didn't think I'd ever say.
Yeah, let's take a minute to ruminate on that and understand that means he's probably going to get a chance to at least score a tutty. Doesn't mean it's going to be a ton of yards, but good chance.
I like pieces of that game better than him.
Full PPR question from Sky Empire. Debo or Travis Etienne?
Debo. I don't like Travis Etienne worth a shit today.
Debo.
I don't like Travis Etienne at all.
Why?
I like pieces of the Jaguars. I hope Pretty Boy's toe is okay because that will change a lot if it's not.
Is it that defensive front from Tennessee that makes you scared?
It's one of the best run defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's also one of the worst secondaries in the league. Maybe you see where I'm headed with this.
I see it. I see the path. I also see the path where Travis Etienne gets a lot of looks in the passing game.
I don't disagree with you. That's not really how you beat them. You beat them with your outside receivers. You beat them in the slot today because there's no Christian Fulton.
Mm-hmm.
There's a player that plays in the slot for them a lot that pretty high on.
Zay Jones?
Christian Kirk. Zay Jones plays on the outside. I like Christian Kirk a lot today.
Yeah, he's got a great matchup.
Fair enough. All right, so everybody on Debo over Travis Etienne, full PPR. Chris D says, morning, fellas. I need a win and 6th place to lose today to make the playoffs. Currently flexing Mike Williams, or should I drop Jordan Mason for Matt Breida? Can also flex Njoku or DPJ.
I don't mind Njoku today.
I don't mind Njoku today.
I was going to say it's one of the Browns.
I like Njoku.
I
like Njoku a lot, actually.
I like Njoku a lot. Here's my question. I'm going to say this guy's name a bunch of times today. Is DJ Chark readily available in your league? Because if he is, that's the right call.
It's a great Lions piece.
All day, And twice on today.
Twice on today. Sky Empire, Joe or Tua?
Joe.
Joe. Wide receiver stream from Rob Johnson. Michael Gallup, Darius Slayton, DPJ, MVS.
Michael Gallup. Look, the blowout potential is very real in that game, and I think going to happen. But here's something, and I say this about every week. If you think Dallas is going to blow out the Texans, which Vegas does and all three of us do, they had to get there somehow.
Okay.
And Gallup's the one in just a phenomenal matchup.
All right, this is the one I'm going to have to bring DPJ up on. I would go DPJ here. To me, I feel like the key's going to be on Amari, and you're going to find they're going to find some ways to. Yes, I think.
But is Deshaun Watson
going
to blow dead bears again?
I don't think he's gonna.
I do.
Really?
He completed like 9 passes, didn't he? It was awful.
I've seen him 2 times. All right, he played in the preseason. He played last week.
Mm-hmm.
He has been fucking dreadful both times.
But at some point, he's got to get better. At some point, he's got to show improvement.
And that's going to come against the best team in the AFC?
I mean...
Or one of the 3 best teams, no matter how bad you're down
are they the best defense in the AFC?
No, but they're good enough. And he's going to be playing from behind, in my opining.
Mm-hmm. Which means he's going to throw more.
And it also means that Cincinnati's going to know that.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord. Yikes. Aye, puppy, I like it rough.
Do we need to dim the lights in the studio for you?
Whoa.
Are you? Jeez, why did you decide to do that?
Well, because they're starting to hurt my head.
Your eyes are starting to hurt my head. That's good Lord.
They look like 2 little pert buttholes, don't they? Yeah. Last night it didn't go.
You look
well.
like you went a couple of rounds with Magomed Ankalev last night.
Yeah, and it didn't end in a draw.
No, he beat you savagely.
Oh.
He won that fight, by the way. I'm still pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's see. Daniel Hillman says 2 separate leagues here. Pacheco, Ayuk, or DJ Shark in the flex. DJ Shark. Second question, Mostert or Rachaad White? That's Rachaad White for me.
Depends on what you think happens. If you think Miami's behind, it's Mostert. If you don't, it's Rachaad White.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Miami's made it reasonably clear that that's how that backfield goes. If we're losing, we go to Mostert. That's a passing down guy. If we're trying to bleed out the clock, it's Jeff Wilson.
Right.
One of them will be really good. It's the question which one.
I'm on the Jeff Wilson side today. Are you?
No.
No, I'm on the Mostert side because I think the Chargers are going to beat them.
Okay. All right.
I haven't seen
same.
Miami beat a good offense yet. Which side of that did you lean on, Armchair?
I'm on the Mostert side.
Shay again wants to know, should I start Dak over Brady this week? God, no. I mean, yes. Yes, you should.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Don't play Tom Brady.
Why do you still have Tom Brady would be my question.
I mean, maybe it's a deep league.
Maybe.
And after
That's
this
a
week,
stupid reason to keep him. That's a stupid reason to keep him.
Yeah. And after so he
I
has
didn't have him
Fields
in the
too. He
first
says, and after this week, I should start Fields over both until I have a reason not to. Correct. First week of the playoffs, and I'm stuck on a damn Carolina stack against my Seahawks. From Eric Miller. The Carolina stack today, really? Who
Yikes.
is it? Who are you I mean,
Darnold, DJ Moore. I don't mind DJ Moore today at all.
Really? I've got a lot of Deontay Foreman, but I don't know. I guess I can't invest in Sam Darnold,
I can.
knowing that I can play Jared Goff.
I like Jared Goff.
So does everybody.
Yes, Jared Goff is going to be
He's 20% projected, but I'd say it's 30.
But if he ends up being the number one quarterback of the day, you got to do it, right?
I don't think he's going to be the number one quarterback of the day. I think he's good and he's cheap.
He lets you do a lot of other things.
Uh-huh. And it's those other things that I am invested in.
Cryptic Jeremy's fun, Jeremy.
Rob Johnson asks, Ezekiel Elliott or Travis Etienne?
Zeke, I guess.
I'm heavy on the other Cowboy running back today, so I'm going to go Travis.
I guess I would go Zeke. I don't really like either one. But
Zeke is going to get goal line opportunities first crack.
He's right.
He's right. Yeah.
ATN is not going to do much against that very good Tennessee offense or defense. So
Eagles or 49ers defense, also from Rob Johnson.
Niners.
I'm going to disagree with you. I'll say Eagles.
Really?
I don't like
that.
much of that Giants offense today.
No.
For some reason, the Isaiah Hodgins thing is not making me feel real hunky-dunky.
There's not a lot of weapons there, to be sure.
Oh, I need a rain.
And Tampa doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, for as bad as Tom Brady's been, he still has only thrown like 4 picks all year. Mm-hmm. Miraculously. Could today be the day that all comes back to the mean? Possibly. Chris D wants to know DPJ, Pierce, or Gus Edwards in a half PPR. I mean, is that Alec Pierce? It's got to be. Because I don't think Damian Pierce would be a question.
No, I think it's Damian. I'm pretty sure that the...
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a flex question. Damian Pierce has not been good.
No, he's
but
not.
I'm rolling with him today.
I mean, yeah, a guy like that, I mean, we still believe that he has such a high ceiling, you can't.
Well, they took
You
the
can't
passing.
pitch him for Gus Edwards?
They took the passing down work away from Pierce, which scared a lot of people away. But last week they showed, oh, yeah, that's right. He's the only player that doesn't completely suck on this team.
Mm-hmm.
You ever buy something solely because of the name? It's a nut butter bar.
Nut butter.
That's what it's called.
Is it peanuts, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Or is it like mixed nuts? Is this mixed nut peanut butter so there's nut butter? Why do you call it nut butter?
Say nut one more time.
Tyler Cunningham says, I got so drunk yesterday I forgot the Heisman ceremony was on.
Me too.
I knew it was on, and I still didn't care. Ascendo says, I got one word, Jeremy, for you. That's all you got. All you got to answer Tank with, like Lynch and Skittles. Jets, Jets.
Jets, Jets. I don't like our chances today. I think it'll be close, but I don't think we win.
Mm-hmm.
Secret time, that nut butter bar tastes like nut butter. And not the good kind.
Yikes.
Wow. Somehow that made my mouth drier, and I already felt like I had been forcibly sodomized by an ashtray.
Chauncey Majors, stay away from Dobbins. Don't do it to yourself. Agree?
Agreed.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins is a lot like Tank trusting a fart. It's a bad call.
It's a bad idea.
There's a reason we call it pudding pants.
Rob Johnson says he has DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, and Josh Palmer. He needs 3 fighting for the last playoff spot in his league. So pick 3 out of DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, and Josh Palmer.
Okay, that was a lot of people. Say that again.
DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, Mike Williams, Christian Kirk, Josh Palmer.
Christian Kirk.
Okay,
I like Kirk as well.
All right, so everybody's on Kirk, and he needs 2 more.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Josh Palmer.
Okay. Sitting Mike Williams and Hollywood Brown.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yes. DFS thoughts on James Cook, Eric Bradley. Well, Eric, I like it today. I like James Cook today. He's a cheapish option, and he could hit a couple of pass plays against the Jets.
I'm okay with James Cook. I'm not rushing out to do it though. I mean, it's fine. My question would be, as opposed to who? We have one of these.
I'm your huckleberry.
Bucks or 49ers, 3.5-point spread. Leaning 49ers, but worried about that Bucks defense versus a rookie quarterback. I'll go ahead and tell you, I took the Bucks, and I didn't think a second thing about it.
Yeah, not me.
Brock Purdy. And yes, I do actually believe that 49er defense or that Dolphin defense is just that bad.
Okay.
Plus, you had absolutely no time to game plan for him. So you had prepared for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. So the Dolphins just shit the bed, basically.
Basically.
Okay.
And the backup comes in with no prep time for a defense, and it's much easier for them to look half-arsed.
Yeah. All the faith is gone for me. And I'm going up against my team's going up against a team that I believe is, 3-4 in the NFL?
Armchair, is he trying to reverse curse himself, yes or no?
I'm not.
Yeah, he is.
I'm not.
Absolutely he is.
I fully believe he is.
It's like the great B.B. King sang once, the thrill is gone.
Let me tell you something. As someone who rooted for Tom Brady for a long time, we do this all the time. That's what the Patriots used to do. Oh, we're not going to win, and then Brady'd show up and they'd win. Stop. Your team's not great. They're not. It's rookie quarterback. It is what it is. I think that the Niners win that game on defense. I don't think it's a blowout. I think it's gross.
I think the Bucks win, and it's gross.
But we both agree it's gross.
Oh, yeah, it's going to – if you're playing a slew of pieces from that game, you're doing it wrong.
You may have a problem. James. So then Chauncey Major follows up. Dobbins or James Cook?
I'll go James Cook there, but that's more an indictment on J.K. Dobbins than it is. I feel great about James Cook.
Michael Meadows, full PPR flex question: Mark Andrews or Tyler Lockett?
I like Lockett today a lot because he's going to get C.J. Henderson, that's not exactly been daunting, but it's still Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
tied in with a backup quarterback, and it's Mark freaking Andrews. Rod WB, that is without a doubt a new name. We're like an AA meeting for sports.
I'm your huckleberry.
And he came hard with a super chat. And he asked about two of my favorite cheap-ass plays today. Needs a flex. Samaje Perine, Greg Dortch, or Chigakonkwo. It's Chigakonkwo for me, but it's damn close with Greg Dortch.
Mr. Tight End Whisperer over here.
Oh, I'm only going to say this one time. So if you weren't here for this, sorry about your damn luck. If you're playing a tight end today that's not Chigakonkwo, you did it wrong. Draftkings, I don't give a damn if you've got – I'll go your guy, the one that I know you're hard and heavy on today. George Kittle. I'd play Chigakonkwo over him, and it's not even freaking close to me.
Mm-hmm.
The Tennessee Titans have to throw to somebody. Austin Hooper cannot play dead in the Western, and he's the blocking down guy. I love Okonkwo today, and I don't give a fuck how owned he is. You tell me he's 40% owned. I don't care.
Because at $2,400, you can't really say
27
no. Or 27.
But I like Greg Dortch a lot too, because here's what's very likely to happen. Bill really puts his attention on DeAndre Hopkins, really puts his attention on Hollywood Brown, because Bill loves taking away the number one thing you want to do, which leaves what? A slew of check down bullshit to Greg Dortch. He could have one of those gross-ass 9 catches, 38-yard days, and it wouldn't shock me in the least. But you know what that is? Fantasy useful.
Indeed.
It was full PPR as well. Gage Camplin.
I'm your huckleberry.
Taking under the 38.5 with the 49ers and the Bucks. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that easy. You can get you super chat your comments, your questions, and they just boom right up there.
Yeah, take the under 38.5 because the final score of this game is going to be 33-3.
It took Jeremy a minute to figure out that he could just put the chat up on the right screen because I forgot my keyboard, so I'm all out of sorts today, and I'm still actively intoxicated.
Yes.
So
yes, he is.
And I can't get the taste of nut butter out of my mouth. If somebody doesn't isolate
Name
that,
of your sex type. I am clipping that shit right now.
if somebody doesn't clip that, you did it wrong.
Oh, and there's a chance there was one of those out there somewhere, and that's what scares me.
Sex tape?
Yeah,
No doubt. I did that one time a whole bunch of times.
a whole bunch of times.
There's a Google Drive somewhere that could ruin my life.
Oh,
But here's the thing. Here's your reward if you go singing that out. All of this.
I always knew it, and now that I got confirmation, it makes it even weirder. Ugh.
Hey, how does a quarterback get better? Studying the game tape.
Yep. Juan Polito, full PPR.
That's a new name. I feel very sure of it. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Feel free to comment your drug of choice in the comments. Today, mine is Chick Okonkwo.
He says, which one do I sit? Is it Zonovan Knight, Isaiah Pacheco, James Cook, or Travis Homer?
Travis Homer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be the Tony Jones show. And before anybody asks, no, I don't want pieces of that. I don't care if it's Travis Homer. I don't care who it is. Any running back not named Kenny Walker, I'm out. If it was Rashad Penny, it'd be one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Bam Knight today. I like James Cook a little bit today. And Pacheco. I like him a lot.
Need tight end help today, says Matthew Hoffman.
Chick Okonkwo.
Everyone available except Kelsey and Andrews. You're taking Chick Okonkwo.
Bingo.
Anybody else?
And spend that savings elsewhere.
Very nice.
At $2,700, you physically can't get a running back or a receiver that cheap.
I agree with M85. Jeremy, why do you not already own a pair of lime green Vipers?
I've actually talked to Pit Viper for a long time. My first job in sales was with Oakley, so I'm very Oakley loyal. But the grosser I get, the more Pit Vipers seem like something that
Yep.
I think he also said I look very Nick Mangoldish. That is the fourth time I've been told that this week.
No, you do.
Josh Brockman, a friend and a roofer in town, Mangold was at Darrelle Revis's induction ceremony. He saw the pictures he was scrolling through. He swore it was me. He was like, holy shit, Jeremy was at Darrelle Revis's induction. Oh, wait a minute. That's not him.
That's not him. Another one from Juan, full PPR, MVS or Hilton, Terrace Marshall.
Hinton. Kendall Hinton.
Okay.
Oh, God. Kendall Hinton. Maybe. God, I don't like it. Chick Okonkwo. I'm just going to keep doing that. He's like 4% owned in leagues, so it's highly unlikely that somebody owns him unless you're in a really sharp league.
Right, go pick him up right now, and you can play him. The fights were pretty good, Ascendo, except for the decision on the last fight. It's maddening.
Hey, 38 of you watching, 11 likes. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
Come on, hit that thumb.
The more of you that click on that, the more people that can see this, and then the more we can do stuff like the mock draft. If you haven't seen the mock draft, go check that out. I had a good time with that.
Great editing, by the way.
Which, on the full or on the reel?
On the reel and on the full.
The full was me. The reel was done by a new friend that is going to be doing a lot of that for us.
It was great work.
Appreciate you, sir. That kept me up till 3 o'clock Saturday morning to get that done. That was a lot of
Jeremy,
After Effects.
Chick Okonkwo is not owned on DraftKings.
You mean,
I'll say it again.
Are you saying his ownership projection is low?
I'm saying his ownership projection is 0. Unless I misread somewhere, I have been scrolling and looking.
Oh, let's take a gander, shall we?
And I don't see. So that.
Who do you use for ownership?
I use PFF.
Okay. I have 3, so I just didn't want to use the same one you did. Let's take a gander.
PFF is fine. It's usually plus or minus 10%. Give or
Projected
take.
ownership on the DraftKings. No, I don't. Why would I want the Monday night slate? What am I, a child?
No, we don't do that.
Do. Y'all can answer another question while I'm looking this up.
Okay, Josh Palmer versus Kansas City. Slayton versus Philadelphia. Flex question from M85.
Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer against Kansas City.
I just don't like the Giants.
Philly's pretty good in the secondary.
I just don't like the Giants.
I mean, if there is going to be a receiver that will get stats today from the New York Giants, it's probably going to be Darius Slayton.
I would say it's probably Isaiah Hodgins.
You would think that would make sense because your brain is saying if you do the thinky thinks that it should be Darius Slayton. But guess what? That's not how the Giants football tank.
Right.
No,
that's not how they football.
No,
if
I'm playing a Giant, it's Isaiah Hodgins. Straight up.
They find a guy that was working at the Ingles or you insert your generic supermarket here, and they will give him 8 targets and Slayton 2 because that's how Giants football.
Bingo.
Okay. All right.
We got one of these.
I'm your Huckleberry.
From Gage Camplin. Flex half PPR Singletary or Foreman. It's Deontay Foreman for me by a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't like Devin Singletary worth a shit today.
Mm-mm.
So, and not because I don't think a running back for the Bills is going to be productive, because I don't think that running back for the Bills is going to be productive.
James Cook has been getting more looks. He's been getting more
Singletary's
touches.
still getting the snap share.
Right.
He's just not getting the touches, and I don't know that he's going to do much with them. I like Deontay Foreman a good bit today.
Yeah. Isaiah McKenzie or Corey Davis? That's a Jason Trump question.
I like Corey Davis today. There's a connection with Mike White there. What's funny is every Jet quarterback has a receiver that they just love, and Corey Davis is all of them.
Because he does the little things. Because he does the
really
smart
good blocker.
Things.
He will always be on the field no matter what happens because he is such a good blocker.
Mm-hmm. And they like that. They reward that. It's a good technician, if you will.
It's a very Robert Saleh thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Stephen Tao, I'm as pissed about the draw last night in the title fight as you are. Sounds crazy out loud, but should I flex Jared Goff over Derek Carr?
Well, Derek Carr already played.
So I feel like you're
I mean, if you can replace a quarterback after the game, first of all,
let's do that.
That's a weird league you're in, and I like it. But I like Jared Goff a lot today.
Yeah.
So does everyone.
I mean, he's going to be popular, but I just don't care.
Yeah, and if you have the option to still put Derek Carr into your lineup, that's not a good play with his 5 points that he scored on
Don't do it.
Thursday night. I wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't do it.
Jared Goff is $5,600 on DraftKings.
Daniel Hillman, who's the best streaming quarterback this week? Maybe Jared Goff.
I like Jared Goff a lot. I like Trevor Lawrence a lot, even with the toe.
Said he's rolling with Mike White. But should I have any other options? Like, do I have any other options here?
Yeah.
Like, so he says, I'm rolling with Mike White, but dear God, give me a reason not to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Mike White's going to throw for 300 yards today. Now, I also think he's going to throw for 2 or 3 touchdowns. Here's my fear. One of those goes to Buffalo. That's my biggest fear with Mike White.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look, I've already watched this Jet game plan one time with a quarterback that's not nearly as good with Zach Wilson. Mm-hmm. He's got a much better deep ball arm, which threatens Buffalo, changes things a little bit. It's just going to sound weird. I'm not sure Zach Wilson would not be a better play against the Bills solely because of how beaten up that secondary is. I know that sounds weird because he's not as good a quarterback. Mm-hmm. And I may be going tinfoil hat and just thinking, prepping myself for Not only am I going to be hungover as hell, carrying around a 14-pound belt, but I'm going to watch my team get the just piss beat out of them. We got 2 of these.
I'm your huckleberry.
Riaz. Tell me in the comments how to say that. I really hate mispronouncing people's names. Debo or Mike Williams, non-PPR. Huntley or Tannehill, worried the Ravens game is low scoring. Thanks, guys. Love the show. We appreciate you greatly. It's Mike Williams for me in non-PPR. He'll have less catches than Debo, but non-PPR, I don't care.
Yep.
I don't see Debo doing much with it.
Okay.
Because it's going to be short, and Tampa Bay's going to do everything in their power to keep him in front of them. And, okay, he gets a couple extra runs. I have Vita Vea. So that to me is not the path to beating them. That's why I'm so in on Tampa Bay today. Huntley or Tannehill, that one's harder.
I want to say Tannehill.
I do too. Like bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tannehill. I am very much in on the Steelers defense today. I don't think Baltimore is going to do much.
I love that Armchair and I, even from thousands of miles away, we think exactly the same. I told Tank before the show, he said, "What's your defense?" And I went, "I'm not telling you shit, because we're playing against each other in battle for the belt." He went, "I've already set my lineup." I went, "Okay, Pittsburgh Steelers everywhere."
So everybody else who didn't make that promise, go change your defense to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Tyler
Pittsburgh
Huntley,
Steelers have to be owned.
Tyler Huntley, in all of his starts, how many times has he thrown for over 220 yards?
Once.
That's exactly right. It was against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
The attractive thing is the rushing yards. He's rushed for over 50 yards twice. Do you know how many passing yards he had in those 2 games? $141 and 215.
Yeah.
Now, he did have 4 touchdowns in that 215 game, which that inflated him to a point. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm going Tannehill. Tannehill's the right answer. And another one of these from Gage Camplin.
I'm your huckleberry.
Miami or the Chargers -3, leaning Chargers. Whenever you think they're done, they always seem to surprise you. I'm also going to say this again. Name me the good offense the Miami Dolphins have beaten. If you can't score, they can beat you.
Mm-hmm.
If you can score with them, that becomes problematic, especially if you stop them but even one time. That defense blows dead bears, and I do not know why people don't see that.
Right.
You just gave up 33 points to the Brock Purdy's. Offense is great. You can't stop a nosebleed.
But I think they outscore them in this game. I really don't like the fact that Derwin's not playing.
That is a deal. I just don't know that I care.
Yeah. I mean,
I know Miami's going to
defense
score.
has been bad without him.
I know Miami's
Or
going to
with
score.
him.
That's not my point. And by the way, over
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
by
shootout.
a lot.
Yeah. Which makes me think I don't have pieces of that game in enough places.
We can't have it in DFS because it's the night game.
Oh. Well, maybe I'm going to play shootout tonight.
This would be
That could be
showdown.
fun.
This
Showdown,
would be
whatever.
a time to play the showdown.
I've only done it a few times.
It's burned me one too many times.
Yeah,
Thanks, Derek.
I mean, this is
That's actually one of the things that like I've only played it about 5 or 6 times, but I've actually done I've cashed 3 of the 5 times that I played it.
I actually figured out the algorithm with Showdown. The problem is that it makes so little money that it's almost not worth the effort of going through it.
And that's very true. That's why I don't do it much.
Yeah, there's an algorithm, and trust me, you can look this up. This is not some visionary thing that I created. There is an algorithm where you can almost, with 10 lineups, guarantee yourself of making at least a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. It's a pain in the ass, but it can be done.
Conversations with RJ. RJ says Eagles defense hunting for that goose egg today.
I don't disagree with you.
Not a bad.
I love the Eagles today.
Yeah, not a bad take.
They're just so damn expensive on DraftKings, and there's so many things I want. I want all of the pieces that catch passes.
Ascendo says Lamar Jackson, Kenny Walker, Miles Sanders, Skoranek, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce, Jesus, Jamal Williams and Bucks defense. What do you think?
Okay, I'm going to have to find – this is one of those times that you're asking me so many things that I can't.
It's below the P.O. box.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so he put in his lineup. Now I understand what you were doing there.
Yeah.
I would stick with what you got because you've already played Ben Skoranek. Kenny Walker's not going to play, though. So Pacheco or Knight.
And you have to stream a quarterback there, don't you?
Yes, because Lamar's out today.
Also out.
Yeah, stream a quarterback. And I'm going to go Knight over Pacheco. That's a gut call more than it is anything.
I like Pacheco a lot today.
I do too, but I like Bam a lot. Look, I've already seen this game plan once, and the game plan was we're going to run this ball down your fucking throat. And there was no Breece Hall then either. Mm-hmm. That was with James Robinson.
Right.
Who has shown half the pop that Bam Knight has. Now, Buffalo also saw that too. So, but if you leave the future Hall of Famer Mike White to his own devices, 5 tunners, 350 bills, let's go. Jets.
That'd be a lot.
Yep, that's how you know I'm still drunk, when I actually think that the Jets are going to have a shot in this game.
So, Zonovan Knight over Travis Homer.
Yes. Just because a guy's going to play does not mean he's a good play.
Jefferson or Chase in DFS? Eric Bradley is inquiring. Why not both?
I mean, I like both.
Why not do both?
Maybe that's what my DFS lineup looks like, but I don't know. You just have to wait and see.
Might be what mine looks like, too.
If I had to pick one, though, it's probably Justin Jefferson. I think it's a higher scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Although Cincinnati-Cleveland could be a low-key shootout.
So here's the DFS contrarian in me. The Vikings-Lions are heavily owned.
Yes.
Heavily owned.
And there's a reason for that.
Yes. If you're playing in a tournament, Chase, maybe. I think that game's sneaky high scoring.
Looking at ownership projections, by the way, Chig Okonkwo's 5% projected ownership. And that seems to be pretty consensus. I checked 3 of the sites that I use for that.
Amazing.
And at 5%. At 5%, Jeremy's ready to make another sex tape. Because we're full 6 to midnight. I only did that to get that response. That's the other. Jamar Chase about 10%.
Yeah.
Now, if you want somebody that's going to be lower owned, DJ Moore's at about 6. So,
not to give away all trade secrets here, but Adam Thielen's pretty cheap out there.
He is, and I don't mind it at all.
He is pretty cheap out there. If you think this game is going to go big score, which a lot of people do, Adam Thielen is 4,900.
If you're superstitious like me, 13th tattooed all over my body. There is a Madden reverse curse with PFF when they put out their matchups article the first time of the week, because they put it out 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same article, but out 3 times. I don't know if people realize that, but they do that to get clicks. Took me about a year to figure it out. Whoever they put on that screen the first time has gone off like 12 of 13 weeks this week, or this year. Guess who it was this week?
Who?
Adam Thielen.
Really?
Second time it was I can't remember who the second one was. Christian Kirk, maybe? And then Tyler Lockett's the one that's up on the website right now.
Okay. DNA Tooth Podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's a new one. We're like an AA meeting for sports. Feel free to throw your drug of choice in the comments. I have been mainlining Chig Okonkwo all friggin' week, which is why my eyes look like 2 pert buttholes.
Wants to know, Flex got hurt, so Flex Pirine or Juju?
Juju.
Starting Kirk, Amon-Ra, and Justin Jefferson today.
You draft good.
Damn.
That's
Juju.
a hell of a team. You draft really, really well.
Yep.
We need a button for that.
You draft well?
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah, I think we need some sort of celebration.
Let the hate flow through you.
That works.
Zeke or DeAndre Swift in a half PPR? Mark Lewis.
Half PPR changes that.
I think there's a guaranteed floor for Ezekiel Elliott.
All right,
Rob Johnson said it earlier. For the last 5 games, he scored 15 points, at least. Because when they get close, they're going to give him the ball. You have to justify that. Right. You have to justify the expense somehow. Let's get him close and get him touchdowns. He's not the running back that I like from that team, but I like the big play factor.
The half PPR part of this changes it a little bit, but not enough. I told Tank before the show, and I should have known the people that listen to the show are too freaking smart, and I should have known there was no path that I was going to get out of having.
I was wondering if his name came up, if you were going to verify or not. And here we go.
You remember that movie Zach and Mary Make a Porno?
Yep.
This week it's Jeremy and DeAndre make a porno because he scores a shitload of points and I make all the money.
DeAndre Swift is his little boyfriend.
Hammered on DeAndre Swift this week.
And he didn't want to let you know.
And I said, if anybody asks, I will be honest. But I am not giving that information unless it is provoked.
So congratulations to Mark Lewis for the reveal of the day.
And Bill Buttigieg, and I think somebody else did it too. I just can't see it at this very moment. I knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift, especially DraftKings, PPR, anything like that. I am hammered on him today. Fun stat, but running between the guards, how many defenses are better at stopping running backs than the Minnesota Vikings?
All of them.
You want to hear it again? Between the guards.
Okay.
Now, receptions to running backs, receiving fantasy points to running backs. How many teams in the NFL have given up more points than the Minnesota Vikings?
None of them.
You want to hear it again? You want to hear it again? This is the perfect setup. He is going to be stupidly low owned. Because people keep looking at the snap counts going, but Jamal Williams has been another. Nah, dog.
Not today, anyway.
Week 13. Oh, hold on. This website's possessed by Satan. Week 13. Last week. How many snaps did DeAndre Swift play?
Don't know.
39, which is plenty enough. He also had 18 touches in those 39 snaps. Now, am I going to tell you he's going to outsnap Jamal Williams? No. He did last week. Aggressively. Detroit's actually contending for something. It was one thing when this team was just dog shit, and this was another year, and we don't want to put tread on the tires of DeAndre Swift. It's winning time.
Yeah, we're in the playoff hunt.
That team could still make the playoff.
Yeah, we're in the playoff hunt.
DeAndre Swift will be the highest scoring running back of the day. Mark that I said that.
Wow.
I feel like he has one of those, holy shit, did you see DeAndre Swift go 80 yards on a friggin' wheel route plays today?
Chig Okonkwo or Greg Dulcich from Daniel Hillman?
Okonkwo.
When he says it that much over Dulcich, who's his other little boyfriend?
Mm-hmm. I like Greg Dulcich today, too. Let me put it this way. If you're not asking me Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, it's Chig Okonkwo. Because he's my 3.
Matthew Hoffman. Would it be wrong to play Pollard and Zeke today?
Nope.
Not at all.
It's very much a doable thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it limits your ceiling a little bit, but that's not necessarily a problem.
I'm in a league where I do it every week.
No, I wouldn't do it in DFS.
No.
I've seen lineups win that have done that, but it's harder to win that way.
What's that polar bear doing to that bed? Gross. Gross. Don't put that out there. We don't need it. Polar bear with a mullet. Eric Bradley, DFS, Garrett Wilson, or Christian Kirk?
Ooh.
I'm on Garrett Wilson.
Christian Kirk.
I'm on Christian Kirk. He's a little more expensive.
They're going to keep focusing on Garrett Wilson, I believe. And I think
Of course they are, because he's a D-O-double-G.
But don't you
dog.
hope that they learned something from last week of he's got to be out there more?
Oh, I said that same. I mean, I've been saying that's new information to you because you don't watch Jet games every week.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying that for 8 weeks. I don't think Mike LaFleur just randomly learned it this week.
I don't know. It became very apparent.
Because he's a dumb little bear.
Game.
I'm a big dumb bear. He's a dumb little bear.
He's a dumb little bear. Jeremy's hair really does look like he's going through an act of God. Yes. Yes, it does. If you had to bet money in a playoff game for the NFC Championship, Eagles versus Cowboys, who would you pick to win and why? Philadelphia Eagles, because the Dallas Cowboys aren't as good as you think they are. We want to play like this is a team that's right there. They're right on the cusp. But be honest with yourself. I mean, in the league, maybe not in the NFC. I mean, the Eagles are probably the only team, the Eagles are probably the only team right now. I started to say San Francisco, but with Brock Purdy, I'd still have to see what's going on. That would be the only team in the NFC that I feel that way over Dallas.
So,
but then you take in the AFC into account, there's 4 that I would easily take over Dallas.
So, this week I'm cutting a new promo for the show. And it's basically, the net of it is, we're all smart when it comes to sports. Anybody that does this is smart. There's one big difference between us and everybody else. Tank just doesn't give a damn what people think.
No.
I've learned that over the course of doing this. He just doesn't give a shit.
No.
And I drink enough that I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. So I'll be as honest with you as I can be. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will slaughter the Dallas Cowboys every time they get on the field together. If you did it 10 times, I think the Eagles would win 9, and the 10th would be a fluke from High Holy Hill.
Mm-hmm. And how many would be by double digits?
7.
Really?
Yeah.
The Eagles are a more complete team.
I agree.
And it's not even close.
No.
You two talk amongst yourselves. I heard a noise and I don't remember if we closed the door or not.
Ruh-roh. No Smiles says, what's a good defense to stream? I have the Jets. Don't know how that's going to go.
The Steelers.
Stream the Steelers if you can.
Steelers.
Yeah. I mean, that defense against Baltimore, T.J. Watt, I mean, it's going to be a big game for Ronnie Stanley. I said that the other day. And he's still not 100%, although TJ's not 100%. But who are you taking in that fight, right?
Yeah. I just don't see Huntley could have a good game. Mm-hmm. He could. Baltimore's not really scoring a ton. And I think that's the other side of it. It's not just that Lamar's out. But like Baltimore's last it's at least 3 games where they just haven't put up points. They're not scoring at all. And they weren't scoring with former MVP on their roster. So when you're losing when you're winning games 10-9, it's pretty easy to go like either of those defenses would have been fine. Baltimore could very easily win this game. Yeah. Very easily win this game. But I don't think it's going to be. They scored 27, against the Jags in week 12. But before that, it was 13 against the Panthers.
Armchair, do you have the similar feeling that Jeremy seems to have? He's mentioned it like 7 times already today that he feels like Buffalo could just roadhouse his Jets today. Do you see that? I don't. I mean, of course, there's always a path to that happening, but I just don't see that, and I don't see the Jets as a bad option today in fantasy. I know people may be tired of hearing me say this, but Josh Allen's ball security is a real problem. And the Jets, they're pretty damn good defense that could take the ball away in a heartbeat.
If there's any team that could beat Buffalo again, I would say that it's probably the Jets.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know if they have enough to do it, but they might. if Buffalo decides they actually want to start running the ball, which is
Mhm.
something they've gotten away from. I mean, obviously they did it that Thursday nighter against New England, but beating that Matt Patricia-less bullshit was not all that complicated. They still don't have the killer instinct or the finish that I want to see from that team.
Right.
Where's the put away? Where's the edge? You're relying on things that are unreliable. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen Allen throw it into coverage that he doesn't need to. We've seen him have a little bit of the fumbly fingers.
Yep.
The end of the day, I think Buffalo should win this game.
Mm-hmm.
They should.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's going to be a complete dog walking that Jeremy thinks it is. Jeremy has been bad. He's been wrong about his Jets because he thinks about it with his heart.
Right.
And I get that, because as a Pats fan watching this bad team, you want to think there's a possibility for something better.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if there is. And the Jets defense good.
Yeah, they're absolutely good.
Sauce on Stephon Diggs today.
They've been playing DJ Reed on the one.
So
But I'll be honest with you, I
one.
like Sauce better on Gabe Davis anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say, so you're taking away a lot of their vertical threat. Sauce is good. Guy's a dog.
Dog. Soon to be
DJ
rookie.
Reed's pretty good.
Yeah.
DJ Reed's also good. That
DJ Reed's the one
secondary
nobody
is-
talks about.
Yeah, they're good. They're good all around. Jeremy, I know you like. I know your heart is telling you that Buffalo. Like your head looks at this and go, Buffalo should win this. Telling you, I get a weird feeling about it. I think they at least cover. I think they cover.
I think they cover. The number's too high. I
Way
think the
too
number's
high.
stupid.
Yeah, 10 was dumb.
Buffalo doesn't have the finish that Cincinnati has, that Kansas City have. And that's the difference between a closeout Super Bowl champion and a very good playoff team that's going to be competing for a long time. Buffalo is talented as all hell. But where is the finish on the offensive side? We've seen it a couple of times where he's gotten them into position, but I just don't see it. I don't see it. I
It's
think
also
the
going to be
Dolphins-
snowing. Just throwing that out there.
Hot.
Fantastic.
Not hard. I mean, this is not going to be.
It'll be a flurry game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, I like snow way better than I like rain.
Can't wait. Can't wait. It gets me more in the mood for Christmas. We did some Christmas shopping last night. You want to know what Tank does now? Tank is the only one that goes Christmas shopping anymore, apparently. We went to the mall last night at 7:30.
Empty.
Fucking empty. And everything was closing. Like, they were closing their doors. It's like, what? Damn.
I
didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
I have done all the shopping for Christmas. First of all, this is the first time I've had all of my Christmas presents bought on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, remind me, I've got a check for you.
Hey,
I meant to text you and tell you that yesterday.
Okay. So let's get back to the questions here. Ooh, no smile. No, we just did that one. Gage Camplin says the Eagles have a top 3 secondary in the league. Rough day for Danny Boy today.
Oh, I think the Eagles are going to
100%.
beat the Jesus out of the Giants.
100%. Satisfied Browns fans got another question about an Eagle, Devontae Smith or Garrett Wilson
I like Devontae Smith a lot.
as your wide receiver 3.
I like Devontae Smith a lot today, but I don't know that I can play him over Garrett Wilson.
I can't.
That Bills secondary is killed.
I couldn't play him over Garrett Wilson because I think the targets are just going to be there.
I like Garrett Wilson a lot today. So I'm going to say Garrett Wilson, but I think you're in good shape with either one of those.
What do you think, Armchair?
I think I'm leaning Smith.
Okay.
I'm glad you had the balls
one-
to say that because I wanted to, but I can't.
1 vote for Devontae Smith, 2 for Garrett Wilson. Mine doesn't really count, so flip a coin. Also, don't feel good about our Bengals triumph today. Yeah, you shouldn't.
Oh, by the way, you were talking about having Garrett Wilson on the field in crunch time.
Yeah.
How many snaps did the Jets play last week?
Don't know.
85.
Okay.
How many was Garrett Wilson on the field for?
68.
78.
Okay.
All of those were
So all of those were like
they were
on that
all
last
in the
drive.
worst time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Tank and I were at the Village Porch last week, and I was losing my shit about why is Garrett Wilson not on the field right now?
Right, like he would run a 40-yard route and then they take him off the field for 2 plays. Like, what the fuck is going on right here?
In the most crucial drive of the game.
Right. Funny thing, Garrett Wilson is actually a huge Eagles fan. Did not know that.
Where's Garrett Wilson from? I know this.
I'm gonna guess somewhere up in Pennsylvania.
Hey, he's from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh. Says he actually asked Howie Roseman to please sign him. Interesting.
It would be draft him, and they didn't get the chance.
Yeah. No.
And they were never going to get the chance.
Legacy wants to know Kirk or Goff.
Goff.
Also, ETN, Swift, or Evans. Pick one.
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. It's got a hard on for him today, and
Y'all pulled it out of me because you're smart fantasy football players.
And I believe it would have been him had you not said that, because I don't see a great path for ETN or Mike Evans today. They're fine plays, but the ceiling's much higher for DeAndre Swift. Chase, Diggs, Jefferson, DFS.
Yes.
Yep, all of it. Do it.
I don't love Diggs today. Just throwing that out there.
Just do it. Just do all of it. I would take Diggs out of that scenario.
And play who?
My lineup is Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson. Those are my 3 wide receivers.
I don't mind it. I think you're missing one, and his name is DJ Chark. DJ Chark. He is $4,300 on the DraftKings. Let me say that one more time. He is 4,300 U.S. doll hairs on the DraftKings. You do with that information what you want to.
Dashiell Pinion?
That's a new name. Welcome in. We're like an A meeting for sports. Feel free to comment your drug of choice.
Mine's always Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, he's been mainlining Antonio Gibson since about 1997. Mine is I have switched my drug of choice. Today it is DeAndre Swift.
Yeah. If you're a quote unquote backup running back in the league, Tank likes you. Tony Pollard, Antonio Gibson, and James Cook.
Yes. The question was Juju Smith-Schuster or Latavius Murray. It's Latavius Murray for me by a lot.
Love me some Lat today.
If you need a cheap running back today, that's a good one. Because every other running back in that offense is DED, dead.
Pick 2 from Lisa Evansell. Debo, Garrett, Lockett.
Garrett and Lockett.
Lockett's the no doubt.
Lockett's the no doubt.
I agree, Garrett. But it's close. Debo just does too much. And tell me I'm crazy that Debo could throw a touchdown pass today.
It wouldn't shock me. It's funny. There's a prop on that of does Debo Samuel score a touchdown in a way other than receiving it?
Yes.
There's
I think there is.
Over under half a touchdown not receiving, I think is how that's phrased. I saw it and went, that's a weird thing for you to say that way.
That is. Let's see here. Tammy Buchanan. Good morning.
Howdy.
Rashad White, Raheem Mostert, Bam Knight, Travis Homer. Pick 2 for a full PPR.
Raheem Mostert and Bam Knight.
I think I'm on Bam and Rashad. Armchair?
Oh, man. Not Travis Homer.
Yep.
Not Travis Homer.
No.
I'm not doing the Travis Homer thing today.
No. Raheem and Bam.
Bam, bam. God, I need that sound effect. I know that's out there somewhere.
100%.
Hell yes, it is.
Crip Tunes, Brady, Dak, or Mike White?
Mike White.
I'm glad you said that first because that's what I wanted to say.
Without hesitation, Michael C. White, Esquire.
Future Hall of Famer.
I'll tell you, Dak is probably going to hand it off more than he's going to throw. He's going to have a nice, tidy 250 yards, maybe a touchdown or 2. I think they're just going to run the shit out of the ball there. And Brady is going to throw 300 times for 200 yards and probably a touchdown and a pick to Cade Otton at some point.
I love the people at the Village Board.
Why?
There's a big piece of paper sitting on our the reserved spot for us.
Yeah.
The bartender just sent it to me. And says, if your name's not Jeremy or Amy, you can't fucking sit here. Yes.
Nice. Lisa Evansell says, Tank, my husband Christian asked me why you don't have your Georgia hat on.
Well, because
today.
he said that his little boyfriend, his 5'4" quarterback, didn't win the Heisman.
I mean, we all know he should have. He got cheated.
And I'm pissed off that they even invited him. Stetson Bennett was like the little brother that Mommy and Daddy made you invite because you'll be nice to him. He's a good kid.
We have to take the top 4, and Stetson Bennett just barely made the top 4.
Did you see how many votes Drake May got total?
Yeah, wasn't good.
42.
You can't have an end to the season.
Yeah, but I would have thought at least a few people would have voted early. That was the most shocking part of the night to me. And Hendon Hooker should absolutely have been there instead of Stetson Bennett.
I don't really care either way. I don't think it really helped much.
No.
My quarterback choices, I'm rolling with Mike White, but Huntley, Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Daniel Jones.
Mike White.
Yeah, Mike White.
Got one of these.
I'm your Huckleberry.
From Generations. How in the absolute hell are the Vikings underdogs today? Well, it's funny you should mention that because there is I cannot emphasize this enough. Vegas does not make mistakes. They don't so the way they set a line is not necessarily how they think it's going to end because they don't want it to push because then they have to give everybody's money back. Mm-hmm. So they have a lien on every one of these. They want you to bet on the wrong side of things. That line has adjusted half a point all week. All week. And you know people are killing the Vikings because how many people have you heard say that? How the shit are they the dog here? Which means the money's heavy on Minnesota. Mm-hmm. It hasn't adjusted at all. So Vegas has absolutely no fear that they're on the wrong side of this. What does that tell you? Detroit Lions will win this game.
The Detroit Lions are the feel-good story that everybody wants to see.
Jeremy, where did the Sharps put their money? Why don't you go ahead and tell the people that?
Let's take a gander at that, shall we?
Because I can tell you that it's a good indication. And for those that don't know, the Sharps are usually right. That's why they're Sharps.
I want to just see how close y'all come to this. What percentage of the tickets are on each team? I'll give you a hint. It's the only number that could be on both of them.
50.
It's 50-50. What's the money breakdown?
85 on the Lions.
91 on the Lions.
Wow.
Yeah. The Sharps are hammered on Detroit.
Yeah.
Including me. I'm heavy on Detroit today.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
considered a Sharp?
Am I?
Yeah. I mean, what's the level? How do you get to
Jeremy
that point where
Jeremy's a
Sharp?
baby. Jeremy's a baby Sharp. Jeremy is right more than he's wrong.
Baby Sharp.
And that's what we have to go with.
I'm using that forever.
Jeremy, I'd consider you a Sharp. You bet enough. You know what's going on. You're not just throwing
darts at a wall. Doesn't always work, but I've made a reasonable amount of money doing this.
Yeah. Bless you, Brenda.
Records don't always look great because I have to pick every freaking game.
It's my
but
favorite.
I don't bet every game. Next year, I'm really going to lay on that. I have a concept, and we did a little bit of this with 5 on it, of which I thought 5 on it was brilliant.
It was great.
It was a great
I
segment.
don't know why we stopped.
Well, I need to bring that back. I need to really actually steer into that, and I'm going to do it with the NBA and college basketball and give you a reason to care.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL, you don't need a reason to care. You want to know who's going to win and analysis and stuff like that. We don't necessarily need a cute little game for that. But I think 5 on it is a good premise that maybe we took our thumb off of, and we need to give it a nice shot in the arse and bring it back.
Yep.
So we're going to do that for basketball. And maybe the bowl games.
All right, good deal. Cryptunes, PPR flex question, Rashad White, George Pickens, Mike Williams, Raheem Mostert, or DJ Moore? It's a good group to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
nuts for saying DJ Moore here?
No. I mean, I was considering DJ Moore or George Pickens.
I don't mind Pickens. I don't mind Pickens at all.
Mostert, Williams, Pickens, White.
I can get down with that.
I can too. I always pick the guy in fourth place. It
Yes.
seems to be how I do every fantasy week. I go, yeah, it's a George Pickens week. Oh, fuck, I should have played these three other guys.
Frankly, that was the only answer that was super wrong. That is Tank Spencer.
The only answer that was super wrong. You'll see. You'll just see. Let's see. DFS got up to 500 or 5,100, excuse me, for a wide receiver. Who you got? Trump
DJ
wants
Chark.
to know.
DJ Chark, yeah. We're
Adam Thielen.
We're having a slight buffering issue, so if somebody wants to put it in the chat that I'm actively working on it. There we go.
Are we good?
And we're good.
Are we all good? Chris D.
Sometimes
says,
Google Chrome just goes, hey, I'm taking all your damn bandwidth.
Chris D. says he has a free $50 bet, so he wants to know what the best parlay is to use it on. I'll let you guys handle this. I will return in just a few.
What was the question again?
Is a free $50 bet.
And he wants a
Give him a
parlay.
parlay.
Oh,
the
it wants
best
a parlay
to put it on.
Ooh. Let's see. Lions -2.
Mm-hmm.
How many legs are we doing here?
Let's do 4. Let's make it reasonable.
All right. I will go under 44.5 Giants Eagles. What have you got?
Let's slap that Jets points on there. The plus 10, is it 10.5 or is it 10?
10.
Whatever it is. Plus 10. And then do we have the lines on there? Put the lines on there.
Lions -2. That was the first one I
Put
said.
them on there.
You know what? I'll go over 36.5 Ravens Steelers. I know that one sounds a little weird, but
yeah, it's a little light though.
36.5 is really low for an NFL game. And 36.5 was the spread on. It was 4 points higher than the spread on Army Navy.
Not if you're a New England Patriot. It's not.
Correct. So that would be that would be the route that I'm going.
Yep, I like it.
Gage Camper.
I'm your huckleberry.
What platform are you using for sharp bettors? So I have an algorithm that takes the number that PFF, Action Network, Vegas Insider, a handful of others, because they all pull their information from different places. So I have an algorithm that I put that into, pulls it off their website and locks the numbers in, and it gives me a number. So, I mean, it's a composite number, but it's my composite, which gives me slightly different information than everybody else has.
Important information, though.
Correct. Let's see. I'm going to get back up to the questions. There we go. Bill Buttigieg asked DeAndre Swift or Miles Sanders.
Oh, Swift.
That one's tough.
I like Miles Sanders a lot today, though.
I do too.
You know what? I'm going to change it up. Sanders. I think that they're going to be ahead enough that he's going to get some tote.
I'll be honest with you. I have Sanders rated ahead of DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
I love DeAndre Swift for Draftkings because he is really, really cheap for what I think he's going to do. Let's see. Stephen Tao got Jets plus 9.5, Lions minus 1.5, Bengals minus 1.5, Chargers Dolphins over, looking for at least one more leg, maybe two. And he's got the Bengals at minus 3.5. I will say over Ravens Steelers. I will say under Giants Eagles.
Yeah, that's good.
That would be.
I'm all right with that.
That would be the extra legs.
I don't hate that.
Ascendo asked, is YouTube being weird? YouTube's always being weird.
Welcome to our life.
YouTube has developed this fun thing where it randomly pauses shit and goes, oh, now we have to place you into wherever we think you left off. And it's stupid. West Virginia, Willie asked, is Barkley playing today? I'm too hungover to keep up with the Giants' injuries. I believe Saquon's playing today. I haven't heard anything that would lead me to believe that he's not.
Should have inactives in 10
minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to pull up my screen that tells me those things. All right. DFS, Panthers and Garrett Wilson, or the Steelers and Bam Knight?
Steelers and Knight.
I would go Panthers and Wilson. I like the Panthers defense a lot today. They're way too cheap.
They are. I'm avoiding offensive pieces in that Panthers game. Except for Don Foreman. That's it.
I'll give you a good tiebreaker there. Look at your player pool. If you're looking for a defense, look at your player pool. If there's one where you have absolutely no players on the other side, go with that defense.
Freebie.
Because there's a possibility you would play Mark Andrews. Fact or fiction?
Sure, yeah.
Is there a Seattle Seahawk you would play today, other than Tyler Lockett?
No.
Kind of the tiebreaker for me.
Yep.
Have we seen anything on Saquon Barkley yet?
Game time.
Still game time decision.
Mm-hmm. We should have inactives in just a few minutes.
All right. Stephen Town says he's even on the Steelers today.
Correct.
As you should be. Conversations Living Room RJ. RJ says biased as an Eagles fan, but they are an AFC heavyweight playing in the NFC.
I would agree with that.
Nope. I'm your Huckleberry.
Gage Camplin's thoughts on my screw it bet. Pittsburgh -1.5. Cincinnati, I'm going to say that's money line.
Yeah, head to head.
Minnesota, Detroit over. Jets +10, Carolina +4.5, Bucks, 49ers under. Miami and the Chargers over. Patriots -1, and that's a 140-1. I'm on every leg of what you said. And surely to God, we got to hit one of these eventually.
You would think so.
Daniel Hillman asked DJ Shark or Chris Godwin.
I like both. I'm going Godwin.
Really?
I like Godwin a lot today. He's the only member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that I want anything to do with.
Okay. Guess if you are going to have somebody from that game, he would be the one to have. The way you've been talking up DJ Shark, though, that makes me lean
I like
that
DJ
way
Shark
now.
a lot.
I'm leaning that way now.
Tyler,
but I can't be trusted in the San Francisco-Tampa Bay matchup today either.
Tyler Cunningham said that DeAndre Swift is the definition of.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
It's entirely possible.
It really is. Boom or bust, baby. Boom or bust. Welcome to playing tournaments in DFS.
Stephen Lickens?
I'm going to say that's Likens.
Likens?
Please, in the comments, tell us if we butchered your name because we don't want to butcher anybody's name. Welcome in. We're like an A meeting for sports. Feel free to comment your drug of choice. Right now, mine is very obviously DeAndre Swift.
100%.
I may have a DeAndre Swift problem.
It says he needs a possible replacement for Barkley should he be ruled out.
I think he's going to play.
And a flex play, half PPR. He needs two of these if there is no Barkley. Mostert, Pacheco, or Mostert. Well, it makes that hard.
Well, you can't play Mostert twice.
Yeah.
But Mostert and Pacheco, it's good. I would say if you're playing injury replacement, it's unlikely that you're going to have another one that I like better than that.
Yeah.
Because I like them both a lot.
Might want to amend that if you have another choice. So we don't know what it is. How in the absolute hell are Vikings underdogs today? You hit that one already.
How you feeling about Huntley today?
Ugh.
I'm
Steven
out.
Towle says he feels good, but he always does. I mean, is that one of those things you have to as a fan of that team, like Ravens fan? You have to go.
Oh, as
well,
a fan
we've
of
seen
as
him
a
do
fan
good.
of the team, you should be fine. If we're talking about for fantasy football, run like hell.
Because he might have to run like hell.
I hope he runs like hell. The problem is that I don't think that's going to happen.
It won't.
Kyle's conservative politics.
That's definitely a new one because I would remember that. You welcome in, kind sir. You got a friend in me.
Homer or Pacheco, full PPR.
Pacheco.
But you get 0.1 points a carry.
Yeah, you get 1/10 of a point per carry.
I mean, I would have gone Pacheco anyway. That definitely makes it Pacheco.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Hillman, Sanders, ETN, Pacheco, DJ Shark, 2 running backs and a flex.
Sanders, Pacheco, DJ Chark.
Yep.
Stephen Ligon said he is a Detroit Lions fan in Florida. Indeed. It's like a Jets fan in North Carolina.
Bill Buttigieg.
I understand your plight, sir.
Bill Buttigieg wants to know if I took the Cardinals against the spread.
Hell no.
No.
None of us did.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, when we did beat the Chiefs, we laid on that game for about 45 seconds.
Yep.
Because we all laughed and went, hey, look how stupid this is.
Matthew Hoffman, DJ Moore, or Garrett Wilson in DFS today?
Oh, that's a good question. You know what? Before I answer that, I want to look at one thing. You two feel free to answer it. I need a little piece of information before I do.
I'm on Garrett Wilson. I don't know that I don't know that I believe Sam Darnold and DJ Moore are going to be the way that Carolina gets the leg up in this game.
I'm on DJ Moore.
I'm on DJ Moore.
I'm heavy on Deontay Foreman today in that running game.
I'm on DJ Moore as well. I think the ownership's going to be about even. I don't buy that, but every website I have is saying, well, they're both going to be about 5% owned.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. Garrett Wilson's going to be about 15% owned. So I'm going to lean DJ Moore. Gage Campley.
I'm your huckleberry.
Mixon losing too many snaps to P-Ryan. I am not personally worried about that. Samaje Perine always been somebody that got some snaps. I don't feel like with Joe Mixon healthy that's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I like Joe Mixon a lot.
Ascendo says that the three of us should do, during the winter, a 5-on-it competition.
In.
Each one of us make a 5-bet, 1 pick.
Each one of us make a pick.
Okay.
That we've got 5 on and see who wins.
Oh, I got you. NBA, NCAA.
He's very much in the wheelhouse of where I'm headed with this.
NBA, NCAA, and the trophy can be a golden 5.
Ooh.
There you go.
Ooh. Does that give me a reason to make another belt? Because if I have to give this one up.
You want to mail me 2 belts?
Oh, look at this guy.
Oh.
Look at this guy.
No, I will accept my 1 belt. I always defer to Jeremy on picks.
I hope look, I love you, but I really hope you don't win this because I really don't want to have to ship this fucking thing.
That's what I asked the other day. I said, if Armchair wins, how much is it going to cost to ship that damn thing to Canada?
Hell, it might be cheaper to fly Armchair here
It probably would.
than ship the belt and deal with customs.
I told him I'd be willing to make the road trip. I'll just drive it up to you.
You can come on up. I get you some quality seafood. We'll be set.
Hell yeah.
Some good seafood, a few Labatt's.
Some poutine?
Yeah.
Can I have
Some
poutine?
Labatt's and some poutine. We'll be set.
I thought you said something so different right there the first time. I did not hear poutine.
It was 100% poutine. Yeah. That's the big difference between me and you, Jeremy.
You think about fried delicacies, and I think about hoo-ha's?
Where's the bell?
There you go.
Hey, the second bell showed back up. When did that happen?
I don't know.
Are either of the Seattle backs worth having, with Kenny Walker and DJ Dallas expected to be out today?
No.
Stone
Not to
Sports
me.
Podcast. The answer is no.
And one of them is going to be really popular. Because they're both cheap as hell. If you're going cheap running backs, Latavius Murray.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Colin Greene, I ain't even thought about that. Cousin Colin says, just to show you how irrelevant the NBA is, LeBron James was asked to do a show about that focuses on the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And is Chigaconquo worth a play today against Jacksonville, or am I trying
Hell
to dig
yes.
too deep? Stone Sports Podcast?
Absolutely.
Chigaconquo.
We are pro Okonkwo around here.
He is the flavor of the day for the tight end whisperer. Rob Johnson, this is thoughts on Travis Homer. I'm stuck playing Swift and Jamal Williams, but he is available.
I'd play Swift.
Travis
and Jamal
Homer
Williams.
is an NFL running back who plays for Seattle. Those are my thoughts on Travis Homer.
And he probably won't do much of it very well.
He's kind of fast. He's kind of fast. I do know that as well.
Mm-hmm. He's a very good kick returner.
NFL is saying Salmon is playing. Who the hell's Salmon? Saquon. Oh. Good for you.
Well, the only inactives I see right now are the Raiders, Rams, and the New York Jets.
Hey, look at my team. First, no James Robinson today.
Yeah.
Which means bam, 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 bam.
Alex S. Najee Harris? Question mark.
I think we've all asked ourselves Najee Harris, question mark.
I mean, unless I have to, I'm not doing it today.
Mm-hmm.
That's
This
Najee's
strikes
season.
me. This strikes me as one of those stereotypical Najee Harris, 21 carries, 63 yards. Did he fall in the end zone for a touchdown?
Which I think the answer will be yes, too.
I do, too.
No Chase Winovich, no Greedy Williams, no Reggie Ragland, no Chris Hubbard for the Browns.
Good God.
No Greedy Williams is not. That's not great for them. That feels like this Cleveland narrative might be over. Huh?
That's a lot of depth pieces for Cleveland's defense. Yeah. I also was today years old when I learned that Jalen Darden played for the Cleveland Browns. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Didn't know that. Didn't really care to know that, but didn't know that. Alex S. also asked Mike White or Deshaun Watson.
Mike White.
Mike White.
Not close.
Stop.
Do what?
Stop. Deshaun Watson isn't relevant right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's not close. It's Mike White.
It's not even. Yeah, I know. No, that's what I'm saying. Stop asking that.
Oh, stop with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Mike White is a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL who can at least throw, regardless of whether you think he's like legit. So I know that everybody is very high on Mike White. I think he
and
is
by everybody he means me.
I think he's an above replacement level quarterback. I think he is top 15 in the league in terms of quarterback play. He's got incredible weapons around him. Deshaun Watson is super talented, but he is rusty AF and hasn't played in 100 years.
And does not have great talent around him.
No, stop. Like this is one of those, like, are you building on, are you trying to play for narrative? What are you doing here? What are we really doing here? Alex, come on.
Yeah. By the way, I really want to know why nobody can say Mike White's name correctly. Future Hall of Famer and Super Bowl MVP, Mike White. Jets.
Good Lord.
I've sobered up in the 2 hours we've been doing this. And I'm starting to feel like it might be time to lie bait again.
Oh God. He's gearing up for another one. It's going to be a fun show today over at 51 North Merriman Avenue. Come on down to the Village Porch. Join us for the Jets and Bills 1 o'clock slate. God. I can already see it in my future. Somebody's going to be just walking by me again this week and go, "Damn, that guy's loud."
Yeah. It's fine.
Trevor officially a go.
Yes.
Not that we thought he was going to be out, but he's officially in.
I love how the Baltimore Ravens sent in their inactives, and it was just Lamar.
It's Lamar. It's Lamar.
Lamar.
Okay?
It's all that matters.
We get it. We're fucked. We get it.
Ascendo says, any prop bets that you guys are on?
Ooh.
I like that Debo one.
I like the DeAndre Swift.
He also adds, try being a Jets fan in Alabama.
I'm one in North Carolina, so trust me, I understand.
It'll be difficult.
Let's see. Let's go. Player prop. I always get with player props. I always go to games that I'm either really on the over or really on the under.
Mm-hmm.
First touchdown. Player to score first touchdown of the game. Jamal Williams plus 600.
I don't hate that.
You know what's funny? I don't care about anything with Minnesota. I mean, Justin Jefferson, over 51.5 receiving yards for Adam Thielen. That's not that doesn't suck.
No, that's not bad at all.
Total DeAndre Swift total receiving yards over 24.5. It's minus 190. That tells you that I ain't the only one on DeAndre Swift.
No.
Because the way props work is the number on it changes based on the action on it. That means somebody is going hard in the paint on DeAndre Swift.
Alex also wants to know Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, or Samaje Perine. It's Garrett Wilson for me.
I would agree.
I think maybe he'll be my drug of choice today.
I would agree.
Thoughts on Geno and Lockett in a stack?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Tyler
you could
against
do better.
the
you could do worse.
Against the Carolina Panthers defense.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Riley has a half PPR start 2 question here. Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, Jeff Wilson.
Is it bad if I say both Lions?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I kind of want to say both Lions.
It's both Lions. It's not ATN. And Jeff Wilson's going to get split time with CMC. It's both Lions.
And Jeff Wilson's in Miami. Split time with
Raheem
Raheem Mostert.
Sorry, with Raheem Mostert. Yeah.
Yeah, it's both Lions.
Interesting. Jeremy just got some allocated maker's mark. Would that cover the previous bet? That's what Alex S. wants to know.
Oh, without a doubt. I love Maker's Mark.
He'll always take alcohol. You could owe Jeremy $700, and you go, I got a bottle of liquor, though.
I got a bottle of Jefferson's Ocean, which retails for $1.99. Done. I'm just going to blow money on candy and fireworks and shit. And probably alcohol.
100%. Go play.
I am really just a great big child.
Yes. Yes, you are.
That's fine.
Yes, you are.
Look, you could be worse things in life.
Ascendo says, Jeremy, you ready to sweep the Bills? You should be.
Yeah, see, the difference, Tank talking about my annoyingness, the difference this week, I fully expect to lose this week. I did not expect to lose last week.
Mm-hmm.
I did not expect to lose. And I overachieved because I hadn't drank in like 2 or 3 days. And so I just went hard in the paint. Plus, there were a bunch of Jet fans there buying me shots. It was a no good, very bad thing.
And he says, are you ready for Joe to die to break the curse and we win a fucking Super Bowl?
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks that. I mean, I don't want Joe to die by any stretch, but I am starting to think that until he does, we can't win shit.
Full PPR start 1 from McClan or McIan? I'm not sure. Full PPR start 1, ETN, Homer, Bam Knight, or Mike Evans?
Bam Knight. With no James Robinson, I don't see anybody that's going to hurt his workload.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ty Johnson will get his 3 or 4 touches. Michael Carter will get some of the receiving work. But James Robinson is the one that I worried could start to pilfer some of that workload, but with him inactive again,
yeah,
good.
Alex S. says Jefferson's Ocean is terrible, but just got some Willet 8-year.
Oh, God, Jefferson's Ocean's awesome. Oh, I love that
I've
shit.
never heard of it, so I don't know.
It's age cast in the ocean. They put it in barrels and tether it to a dock in the ocean and leave it out there.
Nice.
So good. I like Jefferson Ocean a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because I don't like salt.
Alex S. says, what is the likelihood of the draft board changing drastically today?
Not a lot. So the mock draft that I did, the reason that I chose the week that I did, there's not going to be a lot of volatility because those will be coming out in reels over the course of the week. Might learn some new shit yesterday about reels. Hey, if you have a YouTube channel, do short shit. People have very short attention spans.
Shorts go off. I could have told you that.
I wish. I mean, and I've known that.
Here's
I
the problem,
should
Jeremy. The problem is between your schedule and my schedule, and Tank's schedule and the show schedule, there is like 45 seconds for us to actually talk and figure this other stuff out. So a lot of it's by the seat of your pants.
Correct. But we did just resolve that because I learned that you can farm shit out in other countries.
Yeah.
How Republican of me.
Yeah, Jeremy's running video sweatshops over here.
That's not true. I am paying the amount that they ask for. It's just they don't ask for much.
They don't ask for much.
Which is good because I don't have much.
Ascendo really, I mean, he's making a lot of great points about how you should be positive about your Jets today. That Buffalo secondary is me and you, he says, at corner versus Garrett Wilson. Also, I think that there's just a better O-line to D-line, just bigger on every front.
Oh, and look, our offensive line against theirs is going to be a problem, but theirs against ours is going to be a serious problem. I mean, look, this is one of those games that if I could talk to God and say, how many times are the Buffalo Bills going to turn the ball over today? If it's the little Edie mouth where 2.5 is more than the number, Jets lose. If it's the little eat the number mouth and that number's higher than 2.5, then it's the Jets. It's the only number I need to know. I can give fuck less about anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because the chances of Mike White turning it over 5 times and Buffalo turning it over 4 is not really high to me.
Turnovers of the path. Turnovers of the path.
It's the way to beat the Buffalo Bills.
That's why I said earlier in the show when you were out smoking, Jets defense I don't think is a bad call today.
It will be low owned, and it should be. But I get why you would do it.
Mm-hmm. Steven Tao says he just threw this one in the millionaire. Geno and Lockett stack. Miles, Shark, Swift, Thielen, Zonovan Knight, Mark Andrews, and the Steelers defense.
Don't hate it.
That's a good tournament line. You have plenty of diversity in there.
Satisfied Browns fan says some dipshits in his league took Swift, so now he's stuck with Dobbins or James Cook.
I can go James Cook. I don't think that's a terrible boy. I mean, it's not the high upside of one DeAndre Swift, but is Chickaconquo available in your league? May I make a suggestion? This is gonna be one of those. This is gonna be one of those weeks where I was so excited about my millionaire lineup, and I was even cagey about it because usually I give you damn near everything I'm gonna do, and now we got the belt and all the things, and so I'm being super cagey, and it's gonna shit in my lunchbox. I haven't had a shit in my lunchbox week all year, and this is screaming as I feel too good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Yeah, might work. Might work for you. You never know. Stone Sports Podcast says he's got 3 plays in the millionaire today, and he's got a lot of Lions.
So does everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there any other game that you look at and go, yeah, I need to stack shit in that?
No.
Cincinnati, Cleveland.
Maybe.
I just don't know that. I don't know that Cleveland can score like that.
Cleveland can't score like that. No.
Oh, so you think Cincinnati just drags them?
Yes. I think that if you're looking at there's 3 games on the slate right now that I look at and I go, there is big scoring potential for at least one offense. There's two offenses that'll do really well in one game, and that's Detroit, Minnesota. Everybody's on that game. The other two games are Dallas, Houston, where Dallas is going to just dog walk them. And I think that Cincinnati beats the brakes off of Cleveland because Watson isn't that great. He hasn't shown it. Mm-hmm. They're not healthy. Cleveland in the secondary. They're not healthy on the defensive front. I think Mixon has a good game. I think Jamar Chase is going to get his. I think Joe Burrow is going to have a drippy good day. I don't love Kansas City, Denver. Jacksonville, Tennessee, I like some pieces, but I'm not all over it. Steelers defense, I think that's low scoring. I think the Eagles get up big, kill the Giants. Same thing. I don't trust Tampa Bay, San Francisco. And Carolina, Seattle, I think is going to be a lot grosser than you think. So there's only 3 games that I'm playing in. Only 3. And that's it. That's what I look at.
And this is for stacks. You can have one-offs in any game.
Of course. There are always going to be pieces that you can play from a game where there's got to be someone's going to score points in every single one of these games today. Those are the 3 games where I look at and I go, there's stackability here.
I low-key think the shootout of the day is the Jets and the Bills. I saw the number and laughed my ass off. And then I found out that 90% of the money was on the under, and I went, yep, that's why they have gold fixtures in Vegas. Because I'm going to level you. I won't be shocked if they've beaten that at halftime.
Really?
That's not how I'm forecasting this game to go. There's a reason I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. It wouldn't shock me at all.
But if you're stacking in that game, you're stacking Mike White.
Mike White with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, you don't stack Josh Allen with anybody. You have to play him naked if you're playing Josh Allen, in my opinion. 8,300? Diggs is what, 984, something like that?
Yeah, and it's not Diggs that I would want.
No, well, Gabe Davis or Isaiah McKenzie.
Isaiah McKenzie, Dawson Knox. I know he hasn't been good.
Dawson Knox
tight ends have not been kind to the Jets.
No, but the tight ends have also been poor on Buffalo. Even when they shouldn't be, they are. Mm-hmm. Because Josh Allen will tuck and run instead of checking it down to Dawson Knox.
Or dump it off to James Cook.
The Patriots were giving Dawson Knox free reign, and he barely touched him. James Cook was the play. Mm-hmm. Or Josh Allen scramble. Which are his 2 favorite things to do. I don't hate the Garrett. I would be lying to you if I said I didn't have a Mike White stack. I do. I absolutely have a Mike White stack. But Buffalo, I don't trust. I don't know. I don't know what that game's going to do. Division rivals are competitive, and anything can happen when you're playing a division rival.
Titans, Jaguars. No shot that game goes high scoring.
I don't think so.
No Treylon Burks.
There is a Chigakonkwo.
There's a
Chigakonkwo, and Tannehill's just not going to burn you.
And a Nick Westbrook-Akina. Is he playing?
Stop.
Oh, as we're winding down here, I got to get the belt back in the.
Oh yeah.
Back on the arm of the champ.
Playoff week has begun for the battle for the belt. The 32 that remain. Get your lineups in. You do not want to miss a week. You got 2 weeks here to score as many points as possible to make the cut into the final 16.
And who's shocked? We're 70 minutes before lineups. We have 7 people that haven't put their lineup in.
They haven't put their lineup in. Yeah.
Hey, free points.
That's right.
Could be. Next year, I have a couple little changes to the concept here.
Interesting. You didn't give us a clue as to what those are? No.
I mean, they don't do any good now. Hell, it's hard enough for me to explain the rules to people as it sits. I get 10 of those questions a day.
We could talk shop. We could, bat some.
Well, I've got something. If you guys got a minute for me here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next Sunday, I am, since you guys are doing your charity, you did your charity event already, and still looking to donate some money to charity. I am putting on a DFS contest for St. Jude. Great charity supporting children and families with kids who have cancer. They do a lot for their communities, and it's pretty simple. I will drop you a PayPal link that goes to just a generic sit there, because DraftKings isn't going to let me take the money out, so this is why we do it this way. It is a $5 entry. 50% of the money goes to the top spot in the DFS contest. 50% of the money goes to St. Jude. I have opened it up to 200 people. That's the largest DK contest I can make. I know that's ambitious, but hell, let's shoot for the moon. So if you're interested, you can get me on Twitter at ArmchairCommon2. Jeremy's got it on the bottom by my name there. Shoot me a message. Let me know if you want multiple entries. Donate multiple times. And if you just want to donate to the cause, I will have a link available for just a straight donation if you don't want to play the game, if you're worried about losing, or you don't like charities, or you don't want to play around, you think I'm sketchy for some reason. I don't know why you would, but I'm not. So that's what's up. I'm doing a fantasy for the cause next Sunday.
Excellent. So St. Jude's 50-50 contest at Armchair Common 2. Hit him up for the PayPal link. We will we'll put that out there all week long. I was about to say,
shoot me the info on that. I'll put it on our stuff too.
Absolutely. Little freebie, little charity work. We're coming into Christmas. Let's see if we can help some people out.
Well, I mean, let's face it. You are a member of the family here just as much as the two of us are.
100%.
And we are all sluts for charity.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. All right. So, do we want to do the guys I haven't played yet lineup?
Oh, let me build that. Sorry, I've been staring at the belt on my shoulder.
I know we don't want to. None of us want to give away too much of our secrets, as we're competing for the belt.
I still have one close to the vest that no one has asked me about. I have a player in all of my lineups that nobody has asked me about yet.
Nice. You just keep that to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I have a few of those.
Oh, yeah. Yes, good. Let's see.
All right. I have a free contest here that I'll toss this into. Go ahead. Let's build this.
All right. I'm waiting on DraftKings to load. Let's see here. You know what? I'm going to go the legend of Mike White with Zonovan Knight, Latavius Murray. Okay, I'm going to have to cheat a little bit here because I am playing Garrett Wilson in some places. But I really don't want any other quarterback. I would love to play Trevor Lawrence, but he's going to be very highly owned. And the toe worries me a lot. Greg Dulcich will be my tight end. The Panthers defense. Derrick Henry. Can't play that one because I have him. Jamar Chase. You know what? I'm going to do this a different way. Tyler Lockett will be the last receiver. And my defense will be...
You have Panthers defense.
Yeah. And I'm not going to
changing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can't play Lockett against my own defense.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to have to edit this a little bit.
Yep.
God, I hate this lineup so much compared to what I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just going to give Chick Okonkwo. You all know I'm playing in my lineup. I really, it doesn't matter. Because I got to have a living, breathing defense.
Okay.
How the fuck are the Vikings and Lions defenses so expensive? I had not realized that. They're both 3,000 or more.
Doesn't make sense.
Good. So who are you putting as the defense?
You
got 3,300.
I'll go 49ers.
All right. We'll see what it does.
I love that exercise because it makes me want to not tinker at all.
I haven't tinkered once.
I haven't tinkered at all. I like everything I'm putting in. It's all good. Don't need to tinker. Still got the one close to the vest that will allow this to stay with its rightful owner.
Dear God.
On this here shoulder.
Dear God. If you're one of the 7 that haven't put your lineup in yet in the
5.
battle for the belt. Okay, 5. Then please do so.
One of them is Eric Miller, who
him.
is the number 1 seed in this thing. So I feel like he's going to get in. I don't know who the other 4 are.
Best of luck today. 51 North Merriman Avenue, Village Porch. Come on out if you are able. Hang out with us. Watch the Jets and the Bills on the big screen. I'm sure that'll be the
yes, it is
the primo game of the day.
It is
for the 1 o'clock slate. Anyway, down at the Village Porch. Jeremy will be there until the place closes tonight. So
that's possibly true.
Possibly true. Exactly. Because once he gets that feeling.
I got a feeling.
He can't stop. He needs
the
more
only
cowbell.
cure is more cowbell.
It's more fireball, actually. We'll be with you tomorrow to recap all of the weekend action on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400, everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. We'll always be seen live, of course, right here on YouTube inside the Ingles Studio. Have a great weekend. What's left of it, anyway.